There are truths that seem very simple. We hear them, nod in agreement, and then continue living as usual. But if we pause long enough to truly reflect, we begin to realize that those simple truths have the power to completely change the way we see life. Life does not change in one loud, dramatic moment. It changes when our awareness changes. And every real transformation begins from within. Time waits for no one. We often live as if we have endless tomorrows to fix our mistakes, to start over, to say the words we have been holding back. But the truth is that every day that passes can never be returned. When we deeply understand that time is limited, we begin to value the present more, slow down, and pay attention to ordinary moments like a family meal, a quiet afternoon, or a sincere conversation. Time is not meant to be wasted, but to be experienced. And only when we understand that do we truly live instead of merely exist. Failure is not the end. We fear making mistakes because we were taught to always succeed, but failure is simply feedback from life, a test that reveals what we need to learn. No one grows without stumbling. The courage to stand up after falling that builds character. When we change our perspective, failure is no longer something to be ashamed of, but a silent teacher guiding us toward a stronger version of ourselves. Happiness is not in the future. Many people postpone happiness until they achieve a certain condition, money, success, or love. Yet once they reach it, they set another goal and continue waiting. In reality, happiness is not a destination, but an inner state cultivated through gratitude, contentment, and the ability to embrace the present moment. When we stop comparing and learn to appreciate what we already have, we realize that happiness has been here all along. Comparison is an invisible trap. In the age of social media, we easily see the success and joy of others while forgetting that we are only seeing what they choose to show. Constant comparison makes us feel behind, even though everyone has a different journey and starting point. When we focus on our own growth instead of chasing someone else's standards, we free ourselves from invisible pressure and begin developing at a pace that suits us. Self-development is a long-term process. No lasting change happens overnight, and every significant result begins with small actions repeated consistently over time. Just as a seed needs time to sprout and grow, humans need patience with themselves. When we understand that growth is a daily accumulation, we become less impatient and more persistent instead of giving up halfway. You cannot control everything. Life always contains elements beyond our control. Other people's thoughts, unexpected events, or things that belong to the past. However, we can always choose how we respond, and that choice determines the quality of our lives. When we focus on what we can control rather than resisting what we cannot change, we discover inner peace and true freedom. Every person you meet brings a lesson. Some people enter our lives to stay for a long time, while others appear only briefly, yet each leaves a mark. Positive relationships teach us about love and trust, while painful ones teach us about boundaries and growth. When we view every encounter as a learning opportunity rather than mere coincidence, we become more understanding and mature. The meaning of life is not found in grand achievements. Many believe that only great accomplishments give life value, but true meaning often lies in simple actions, living kindly, helping others, and continuously improving ourselves. A timely word of encouragement or a small act of sincerity can have a deeper impact than we realize. A meaningful life is not measured by fame, but by how we treat the world around us. Life is a journey, not just a destination. When we focus too much on the final goal, we risk missing the valuable experiences along the way. Success and failure, joy and sorrow, are all essential parts of who we become. Once we accept that the journey itself matters most, we release the pressure to be perfect and learn to appreciate each step instead of constantly looking ahead. You become what you repeatedly do. Life is not shaped by one major decision, but by small habits repeated daily. Every positive thought, every disciplined action, every small effort is quietly building your future. If you want to change your life, start with your daily habits, because consistent repetition over time is what truly creates lasting transformation.